Now, Stuart says here, what do you think the traits, if any, successful students have that the others who don't seem to make it don't have? I think there's a lot, and we try to talk about this a lot through the entire challenge, Stuart. But to me, I think this freezing on choosing a market is a big deal, right? It's a big deal. Whereas the people who just get in there feet first, because what if your first idea doesn't work? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You've learned how to do it. And here's the deal. Here's the terrifying thing. 93%, according to the most recent Stanford study, of the ideas that you start with are not the ideas that are ending up going to be successful. It's a huge mouthful here. Get ready for your $2 term of the day. It's the theory of deliberate and emerging strategies. Don't even worry about it. But what you need to understand is unless you take action and implement, in fact, we might dedicate an episode to this very theory because it really is fascinating. But unless you take action in a niche, and you get in the field and you start getting feedback and results, particularly in this day and age, particularly now, that to me is a fundamental. Because if you're theorizing and if you're just doing this and watching me and getting the educational crack cocaine, and sure, of course, there's the sex appeal and the animal magnetism, I get that. But if you're not actually testing, if you're not actually conducting experiments, that's a huge deal. The other thing, really, another classic sort of symptom of students that getting over this is that it's sort of like, just let's not do it the way they're being taught. Let me give my tweak to this. Let me do my little special version of it. Yet people who are successful tend to follow the processes as they're put out, and once they've implemented them and they've implemented them successfully, then's the time to experiment more. So that to me is that. The third element, and we talked about this a little bit last week, is scrambling, is cramming. People who make this a daily practice and a habit, make it, even like I said, 30 minutes a day, are way more likely to successfully build a business than people who cram on a weekend and try to bam in 6 hours work on their business on a Saturday or Sunday because that's the time they have available. It's just the stats are incontrovertible. The people who break it down, chunk it down, get in the market every single day, conduct tests every week, they're the ones that tend to be the most successful. So there's that.